Hey Kyle, this is your website, and so we're going to take 10 minutes to see what your website does well and what it needs improvement on. And I'll show you that traffic report that I have that kind of shows the amount of Google traffic that your site's taking in, as well as crunch some numbers for you. So that should be 10-15 minutes tops. I'll try and respect you for your time for watching this. So right now I'll tell you what your website does well, and that's have additional pages here. Some other lawn care companies, they don't even have extra pages, but having this, right, and what you have so far, I'll tell you what that brings in. That brings in 22 clicks a month, right? 22 based off of some success that you had back in the start of the new year, probably for snow plowing, perhaps. That brought in, past 200 here, and now you're, based on the last 2 months, you're barely pushing 25. So that's something that you're probably getting mostly word of mouth here, but again, that's something to always be concerned about, because that's not something that would scale as effectively as you think it can be. Another website that I helped today is TPC Landscape. They're fluctuating. This happens whenever they write a new blog post. So whenever they write something on their website, they get 100 people in traffic. That's something that you should explore on your site. When they put out something on their site, they get 100 people. And now they spent the last few months during the winter, they didn't do anything. They didn't put out a post, so they didn't get any traffic. Then they put out something this month, and now, start of May, they're doing pretty well. However, that goes away. Their system goes away when they stop working on it, and that's something that I can solve. So going back on your site, we can see where you're on the first page at. Being on the first page of a site of Google at a local level, that's key. That's something that I tell all my clients. You need to do that. If we're based in the South Metro, you better be targeting Burnsville, Bloomington, Savage, Eagan, Apple Valley, everything. If you're in Dakota County, right? Even branch out to Scout or Hennepin County, right? You want to be able to get multiple areas, and Google loves that. Google loves that you're able to be found. So if I look up landscape maintenance services, you're on the front page, which is excellent, but it doesn't quite tell me where you are at. We'll keep that there, but that's awesome. Dumpster rental MN, right? Those are the ones that you're targeting throughout your site. I've kind of seen that pattern. Your website is targeting the whole of MN, which is excellent, unless if you're in the north, or if you're in the way down south of Minnesota, or across state lines. Targeting, literally taking keywords that you're doing well in, right here, landscape maintenance services, tack on Burnsville, tack on Savage. It's that easy. Create a blog post back here, lawn care, and that's a ×2 making move. However, that's not all SEO is. That's probably 5% of what SEO is, but other business owners think that's the whole deal. No, there's backlink making bits that go into this that kind of tell Google, hey, other sites are talking about Kyle's Lawn Service. One of the most effective and genuine ways to do this is through the branding of your site. Being able to communicate to your customers, both on an automated level through a sales funnel that I can develop, or being able to have people rate your company off of huge websites, authoritative websites that Google know these guys are more legit. If I look up Kyle's Lawn Service and I type in reviews, what will I see? Will I see Yelp reviews, Google reviews, BBB reviews? Kelsey BIA is America's institution of rating both the commercial and review aspect of businesses, and works kind of closely with BBB. They can statistically say that having reviews is what drives most customers to make a business decision for something within your lifetime customer value of, I'm guessing, maybe 4,000 to 5,000. They can say and prove if a company lies about their reviews, they can kind of gauge, hey, these guys are inflating their reviews. They want to trick Google into knowing or to making Google believe that they're doing well. I've seen people do that and it's flopped, and some agencies, starting from last winter, based on what Google kind of had in the works, or what they believe was happening, they tried to do that and it failed. I'm not saying that people around Minneapolis are doing that, but I just want to let you know and be cautious about things like that. Link building is 25% of the traffic and the SEO aspect of bringing people to your site, because if other people are referring to it, Google knows, hey, this site's legit, so I'm going to bring it even higher, right? Another key thing is, but there's a lot of really small details here. Like, I haven't even inspected this. This picture here, Google cannot see it. Google can't look at that and say, oh, I see a green yard and there's a truck and the truck is gray, I see lawn service on it. Google can't see that. All it sees is the name of the file, which I have here. This is how I also see the website. This is how I would see it if I was on my phone. Can you read that? If you're on your phone, can you read that? I'm not saying that you would have to zoom in. You shouldn't be able to zoom in on mobile. Your website's not mobile optimized, meaning if I'm riding the bus or if I'm driving in traffic and I pause, I'm like, hey, I want to go get lawn service. I need that for this spring. And I look it up. Google already knows that it can't find you, and it knows that if I look up Kyle's Lawn Service and I bring it up, your site's not oriented for mobile. It'll show if I'm on a desktop, but since I'm on my phone, hell, I could be at a restaurant, anywhere, doesn't matter. It's not going to suggest that this site as often. And people on it, they won't like it because I can't zoom in. I can't zoom in here, which is key. Optimizing for mobile is as easy as making the site responsive, which means every bit is kind of compartmentalized. As a developer, what I can do for you is add, as we can see this section here, it says Kyle's Lawn Service, that can be expanded the way that the final product will look. Let me show you someone that I helped just this week. What was it? Curbside lawn. No, curbside landscape. There we go. I'm helping out these guys. This is what they had before. I'm not taking credit for this, but this is something that you should kind of look into. This is what a mobile-oriented site will look like. The images right here, it has an alternate text, meaning a Google or any Bing or whatever, doesn't matter, they can see that and see that it's titled and labeled Backyard Fire Pit. They can see that. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's part of the site. These guys are doing 10 times more than what you guys are doing. Right? That's something to look into. These guys are doing maybe twice as much as you are. Like, they're building websites, or they're building pages on their website. They're just adding extra pages. They're adding extra pages, taking the advice that I just gave them over our last call, and that last bit was just to build landing pages, which is something that you should look into as well, something that I can solve. All these things I can solve here. You guys are bringing in 20. Based on an industry average within landscaping, lawn care, 10% is what you should be getting. If a customer goes to your website, they want to have lawn care service. They want to have care done to their home, to their yard. 10% of the people coming to you should be able to say, yeah, I want to pay you, right? Still, if that works, great. You're getting 20 people to come off your site. Your site should be a money-making magnet. It should be able to take all these people, filter them out through a sales funnel, or be able to process that. With 20 people throughout last month and this month, the busy season is coming up, right? So getting to where these guys are would take maybe a week on my part. I can start today. I could start whenever you want to follow up and have a little chat here, but 200 with them, they bring in 20 customers per month, and with a lifetime customer value of 5,000, these guys are basically your competitors in the South Metro. They're doing well. They're still, I think they're a 10-person company. That's something that could easily be achievable and maintainable. That's something that I like to map out further and in depth. I don't know if you saw right below this video, because I think I'm running out of time here. I'm pushing almost 10 minutes. Is a right below here. You can just schedule another video just like this, except you'll be on the other line this time. Probably will be 60 minutes, but I'll tell you, it'll be completely free. I just want to bend your ear, ask you a few questions, and see if actually sitting down to map out a plan and getting that out would make sense. So if it does make sense, I like to follow up and tell you exactly in what way the strategy will be and how we can execute it. So let me know if you can do this within the next week, because I'm not going to have Kyle's Lawn Service in my head for, through all the research that I've been doing over the last, I think, hour and a half. So if you think that's viable, if you think you want to times 10 your business based off of the proof of what everyone else is doing and what you guys obviously are doing, I would love to map that out with you. So if not, then I hope. Actually, yeah, I know you guys are gonna be doing well. So anyway, best of luck, Kyle. Let me know if we can have a chat. Yeah, I guess that's it.